Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert back with the Ted Show.
Hi.
I always love having a musical spotlight artist on the show, and today we have the one and only Elizabeth Fresquez. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. You've
I'm
got such a
excited to
great
be
wide
here.
range background. We're going to talk a little bit about not taking life too seriously. I love the title of the show. But we want to hear your journey. So, for people to get to know you before you perform at the end, I'm really excited about that. Tell us a little bit about you. And both of us are going to share the show. Oh, there you go. That's okay. That's what normally happens. For people to get to know you, we're going to share the show, and then we want you to share your life story, your journey with us before you perform. So, welcome.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I'm from Roswell, New Mexico originally. Um, I lived there. I was born there. I
Where were you
lived
born
there
and raised?
in Roswell, New Mexico. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah.
and so, and that's the alien place for anybody that doesn't know.
There's no
um,
aliens. Are there really aliens in Roswell?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. You never know. So that's where I'm from. It's kind of a funny little small town. I feel like there's like you have your country people, you have your kind of everything in between. You have your gangsters. They're nice gangsters too, though. So it's a good range of people. Like, there's a lot of good people there. It's a really good community,
I
and
just read an
um,
article about Roswell that said it has a very special alien themed McDonald's.
it does. It's very interesting.
I saw it. I'm like, I would just go there for that. Um, I'm certainly not going to storm Area 51 or wherever that's at. So
I
how did you become like you're a nurse as well, which I just read. I don't think I had read that before.
Yeah, I am a nurse. In college, I was kind of undecided because I never really knew what I wanted to be. And I had gotten my CNA license, so my nursing assistant's license, previously. And I just kind of decided to keep going with that because I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide what to do. And nursing, I feel like, is a very fulfilling job. It gives you some kind of like, it gives you fulfillment and happiness, and also you're helping people. I also like the job security. I won't say that was my number one reason why, but
There's
but
never
it
ever
has
going
been.
to be a time, I think, when nurses aren't in shortage. So you will always have an opportunity. We always need great nurses.
Yes, like your daughter.
That's right. So what about music? Were you always a musically inclined? Were you the type of kid that performed in front of your family when you were younger?
So we were always in choir, dance. I think we gave multiple instruments a shot: piano, violin. I think I played the flute for a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm working on piano right now. I can't play the guitar, but I would like to. So choir was kind of always my main go-to. I always liked singing. I remember me and my sister had this club in elementary school, and it was just kind of a group of friends, and we picked up trash during recess. And then we invited them to be in our band one day, and they didn't want to be, so
So your
crushed our
sister, who's a
dreams.
twin sister, correct?
Yes,
So
yes.
is she musically inclined as well?
She is. So she's actually working on pop music right now. She's actually been working on music for the past probably 4 or 5 years. She lived in LA for a while and decided to kind of start working there, and she's done really well. She probably has about 8 or 9 singles out,
Wow,
or more coming
amazing.
out. That
Are
might
your
be a little
styles the
exaggerated.
same? I'm curious.
Um so I'm working on country. I've always liked country a little bit more. And I do like pop, and I found that my country songs are kind of leaning more towards pop country. So I would say they are pretty similar. she's actually working on a couple of songs with one of our friends, Johnny Badluck, right now. So that's going to be more like hip hoppy, I guess I could say.
So what's your inspiration? Do you write your music? Do you collaborate with writers? How does the process work for you?
So it's funny, Corona actually inspired me to start a hobby. My sister's always been encouraging me to try to work on music, and I think it gave me the final push. That stimulus check too. And I decided one of my Facebook friends, he lives in Nashville, and I met a producer that lived in Nashville, and we started talking and collaborating, and we actually co-wrote this song, my new song that just got released in August called 99, with my sister, Dallas Jack. He's in Nashville, on Andre, and Aspen Taylor. So a couple of people are on this song. I really like it. They did well.
And so where do you get your inspiration from?
So are you talking about like specifically this song, like the
Yeah,
backstory?
songs, music.
Okay.
Because I think everybody's got something different that either motivates them to write or to perform or to embrace a particular song a certain way. What attracts you to a song, and how do you decide? All right, this is the one.
I think that what attracts me to a song is when I can relate to it, or when it makes me feel like empowered or like emotional. And I think country, that's probably part of the reason I chose country, because it is a lot more relatable sometimes, and I think it tells a story. I like that. And it always makes me happy, even if it's a sad song.
Country music is to me, I love the simplicity of it, and I mean that in a
Yeah.
very positive way. Like, I can understand all the words. I'm old, so I can say that. Like, I can actually follow the words, and then it tells
Uh-huh.
a story. Um, so it's, but on a very, to me, a very simple way, so that more people can relate to it.
Yeah.
But I love just usually country songs can wrap that up. Like, boom, that story's wrapped up. There's a finality to it. The song is all self-contained. It's definitely a cool genre, and it's gotten
Yeah.
more. People used to call it country and western long before you were born. That's what we used to refer to country music as, and it's definitely gotten a little bit more of a pop feel to
Definitely.
it. But that's okay because the music is still, to me, very simple and tells a great story.
Yeah,
So
I
tell us
really.
your latest release. Was
Uh-huh.
there a big process in going, all right, did you have to knock 10 other songs out for this release? Or did you go, all right, this is definitely the one I knew right away?
So we kind of went through a process. They asked me what I wanted a song to be confident and fun, and that actually, the confident song will come later. I think I'm releasing that one around January. But I kind of was inspired by Miranda Lambert, and that's kind of how I wanted this one to go. It's a story about an ex-boyfriend, who accused me of calling him 99 times, and I had had a little much to drink that night, and I don't know if I called him 99 times, but I will own up to it if that's what. I was a little offended when I heard that rumor, but you know what? I like to own up to things, and I like to make fun of them and embrace them if I have to.
I love that though. I think it's good because then that authenticity I think is so good when you're performing and you can actually say, "Hey, I've experienced this," or "I did this," or "I totally can relate to this," because of the
Yeah.
audience responds better to that, I think. What's the ultimate goal for you? Do you want to tour when touring comes back? What do you want to do with this part of your life and your career?
Honestly, it was always my dream when I was younger to be a singer, and I kind of like backed away from that just because I like to be more like conservative with my finances and more like stable in life, I guess. Not saying that anybody's unstable for pursuing their dreams, but I'm kind of scared. But I would love to. I think it would be awesome to tour and to actually let people hear my music when Corona's over. I've done some virtual concerts, but it's
I
not
was
the
going to
same.
ask you, how have you adapted? Because I think a lot of musicians, a lot of artists have had to figure out how to get their point across, their music, their what they're feeling in a completely different way because of the pandemic and having to do so many of these type of shows and performances. Was it hard for you to pivot?
I think it is hard because I mean everything's about social media now in general, and so on top of like with COVID on top of that, um, it makes it harder because I think everything's online, and so people don't really want to watch it. Sometimes it seems like so. I've had to kind of adapt to really trying to work harder on my social media and promote things.
Social media can be so, it's Instagram is big, which we have your site down there as an actual link to your Instagram page. Instagram is the probably one of the harder ones to do a live, or I would be doing it live all the time because I like that platform.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people have had to figure out how to embrace their audience, engage their audience in a whole different way. And so kudos to you for continuing that, because I think that that is a big
Oh,
deal to be
thank
able
you.
to do. And I think it's going to change the way that we kind of view music. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how we're going to pivot back. Everybody's going to have to adapt to performing live on social media in a little
Yes.
screen. All right, so
Which is
tell us
actually kind
about.
of nicer.
I'm so excited for you to perform. Tell us about what you're going to perform.
So I'm gonna perform my new release, 99. It's
Oh,
the
you
one that I
are
was
very
talking
cool.
about. The ex-boyfriend. I think it's a fun song, a good, empowering song too. Or I think it's empowering just to like embrace your embarrassing things and just move on with them.
I
But
love it.
I
All
really
right.
like this song. It's fun. It reminds me of Miranda Lambert, kind of. So I hope y'all
All
like
right, we're excited to hear you. All right, so
it.
I'm gonna make myself go away. You're on. Let's do it. I can't wait to hear it.
All right, perfect. Let me pull it up and let me know if you can't hear me or something.
All right, I can hear you fine.
Okay. Brick by brick, we were building this till it all came crashing down. Thought we had this dialed in, but you never were around. Now whenever I needed you, you never make the sound. Caught a buzz, not jumping up, might go for another round. Drink by drink and call back home. Trust instead of winning left. It always smelled like cigarettes. Call me in if you want, that's fine. All the 90s broke my heart. Times I lost my mind. Times to watch me fall apart. Last calls on 99. Ooh, I'm not one for playing games, but you gambled with my life. Broken dreams and lying schemes all saw that falling twice. Drink by drink and call back home. Literally since you home. Trust instead of winning left. It always smelled like cigarettes. Call me a sin if you want, that's fine. Broke my heart, times I lost my mind. Times you watched me fall apart. Last calls on 99. Whoa, And that was it. I hope y'all liked it.
I loved it. So another reason why I hide myself because I tend to like move and dance while there's songs, music on. So yeah, nobody wants to see that, Ted.
We
That was
do.
awesome. I immediately, as soon as you started singing, I'm like, she's dead on it. Reminded me, I would have gone with Miranda Lambert immediately. But you have your own sound, so I want people to go, oh my God, I want to sound like her. I sound a little bit like Elizabeth Fresquez. That's coming up. I have no doubt in my
That's
mind.
my dream.
Well, we had some comments, definitely people sending you love and appreciation from across all
Thank y'all.
platforms. All right, so how do people find your music, download your music, get your music, find out more about you? What's the best way?
So right now, you can buy 99 on iTunes. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Play. I don't know if that's different. Pandora. Pretty much, I think it's on TikTok. If anybody's TikTok famous and they want to use it, help a girl out. And then I'm releasing another song in November, and that one will be available the same way. You can learn more mostly on my Instagram. I also have a Facebook. My Instagram's here at the bottom. It's efrescus_. Someone already took my whole name, so I couldn't use it. And then I also have Facebook. It's just Elizabeth Fresquez. I also have Twitter.
Fantastic. I loved it. It was great. Thank you.
Well, thank
you. It was
you.
really good, Elizabeth. I loved it. All right, 99. Guys, reach out to Elizabeth. Reach out to me if you can't find her. Her site, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, which I think I tagged her on the page already. Please reach out. We want to support our up-and-coming artists. It's a cruel, crazy world out there, so anybody with talent and gumption like Elizabeth, I definitely want to get behind and support. Thank you for coming on and performing and sharing your journey, Elizabeth. It was awesome.
Thank you so much, Ted.
It was fun.
Really
all right, guys. We'll see you later. Support Elizabeth Fresquez. Go out, get her single. All right, guys. We'll see you.
Thank y'all
Bye,
for
everybody.
Bye.